Welcome to English News Service ENS. Today's date 18 September, day Saturday, Varsa Ritu Shukla Pach Bhadrapad Tithi Trayodasi from 6:55 am. Bikram Samvat 2078 according to Purniman calendar Ujjain. Today's top news. First, India on Friday administered a record number of over 2.26 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses, taking the cumulative figure to over 79 crore, giving a major push to the inoculation drive on the occasion of PM Modi's 71st birthday. Second, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on 17 September Friday said reduced GST rates on COVID medicines have been extended till 31st December from 30th September. Briefing media after 45th meeting of the GST Council in Lucknow. Third, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Friday announced that petrol and diesel will not be brought under the ambit of the GST regime just yet. Fourth, major GST exemption to life-saving drugs like Jol Jolene, Gelsma and Viltepso will be exempted. Viltepso will be exempted from GST. These two are very important drugs which cost something like rupees 16 crores. So the council has decided to grant exemption from GST. Fifth, Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar on 17 September Friday said India will take a leading position in production of millets. Mr. Tomar said that the government is taking necessary steps to achieve nutrition security along with food security. Inaugurating the two-day Nutri Cereal Multi-Stakeholders Mega Convention 3.0 at Hyderabad. Sixth, Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh also said that government is going to spend 6,850 crore rupees to set up 10,000 new farmers producing organizations FPOs, and as a result lives of about 86% of farmers would be transformed. Seventh, Union Home Minister Amit Shah will launch the Ujjwala 2.0 scheme today 18 September during his day-long visit to Madhya Pradesh. Mr. Shah will also address the tribal community of the state. 8th, Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting Anurag Singh emphasizes the need of formulating visionary 50-year roadmap for Himachal Pradesh to make it model state. 9th, the Ministry of Culture conducted an e-auction of the gifts received by the PM Modi. This is the third edition of this kind of e-auction which have started and will remain open till October 7. Out of the 1300 mementos that are being listed for the auction, Olympic bronze medalist Lovlina Borogan's pair of gloves received a staggering rupees 1.92 crore bid. Right behind Lovlina's glove was a historic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra's javelin that acquired rupees 1.5 crore in the e-auction. Proceeds of this auction of the birthday of PM Modi will go to the Namami Gange mission aimed at conserving the Ganges. Proceeds of this auction on the birthday of PM Modi will go to the Namami Gange mission aimed at conserving the Ganges. India's first solar mission Aditya L1, which was pushed from early 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, is likely to be launched in the third quarter of 2022. It will provide more insights into the origin of the universe and many other unknowns. PAN Aadhaar linking date extended from September 30 to March 31st, 2022. The due date for completion of penalty proceedings under the Income Tax Act has also been extended from September 30, 2021 to March 31st, 2022, said the Government of India. Andhra Pradesh state government has resolved to seek support from the centre for building infrastructure facilities in tribal areas. 13. Jammu and Kashmir terrorists shot dead special police officer SPO identified as Bantu Sharma, who was attached with railway protection in Vanpo area of Kulgam district. Security forces to nab the assailants. Details are awaited. 14. Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha on 17 September Friday launched the Senior Citizens National Helpline Elder Line 14567 in Jammu and Kashmir at Raj Bhavan, Jammu. 15. Karnataka. Bengaluru's metro lines will now operate longer hours beginning Saturday, with more people returning to work and schools resuming regular lessons. Namma metro trains will run from 6 am to 10 pm beginning Saturday, according to a statement from the Bengaluru Metro Rail Corporation. 16. Odisha government is keeping a close watch on the possibility of any flood in the major rivers of the state. According to official sources, there is no likelihood of any flood in the Mahanadi river system, as the water inflow into the Hirakund Dam has been gradually decreasing. The state government has alerted the concerned district administration of the possibility of flood water entering certain low-lying areas adjoining the river. 17. Punjab. In a major political development related to the ongoing tussle in Punjab Congress, Party High Command has convened a meeting of the Congress Legislature Party CLP on Saturday. Sources said apart from Harish Rao, two observers from Delhi, Harish Chaudhary and Ajay Maken could attend the meeting. 18. Rajasthan unlock. Schools to reopen for classes 6 to 8 from September 20. School activity for class 1 to 5 will resume from September 27 with 50% capacity. 19. Bollywood. The Mumbai police have booked Bollywood actor Sahil Khan and 4 others for allegedly instigating prominent physique builder and former Mr. India Manoj Patil to commit suicide. Patil, who survived the suicide attempt early on Thursday morning, is currently undergoing treatment at the BMC-run R.N. Cooper Hospital. Now defense news. 20th. British firm Rolls-Royce has said it is keen to work with India to co-develop and manufacture engines for the country's 5th generation fighter aircraft program called AMCA Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. 21st. Lieutenant General Rajshree Ramasetu took over as the Director Commandant of the Armed Forces Medical College AFMC Pune on 16 September Thursday. 22. Indo-Tibetan Border Police ITBP personnel won the first ever roller skating competition organized in Ladakh by Ladakh Roller Skate Association in collaboration with District Youth Office from Leh 11,500 feet to Khardungala 17,578 feet on 16 September. 23rd. The BSF has resumed the public viewing of the daily flag lowering retreat ceremony along the India-Pakistan border front in Punjab, over a year and a half after it was suspended due to the COVID outbreak. International news. Shanghai Cooperation SCO Summit to 2021. The 21st meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Council of Heads of State held on September 17, 2021 in Dushanbe, Tajikistan in a hybrid format. The President of Tajikistan, Echi Emomali Rahman, chaired the SCO summit. PM Modi led the Indian delegation and addressed the plenary session of the summit virtually. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar represented India in Dushanbe at the SCO summit 2021. Second, PM Modi addressed plenary session of SCO meeting at Dushanbe, asked member states to fight against increasing radicalization. PM said SCO should work to develop a strong network among the moderate, tolerant, inclusive institutions and traditions associated with Islam. He noted that historically the Central Asian region has been a bastion of moderate and progressive cultures and values. Third, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Summit 2021 holds significance as the organization is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. The summit is also important as it is being held at the time of the Taliban takeover Afghanistan. Fourth, the current 8 member states of SCO are India, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan and Pakistan. The observer states status has been given to Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran and Mongolia. The dialogue partner status has been given to Armenia, Azerbaijan, Cambodia, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Turkey. Fifth, SCO Heads of Government Summit was hosted by India on 30th November 2020. It was the first time India hosted the SCO Summit since it became a member of the group in 2017. Sixth, even after both India and China agreed to disengage from the key areas in eastern Ladakh, the People's Liberation Army PLA continues to build up infrastructure along the line of actual control LAC. Seventh, a new passenger terminal building inaugurated at the Petra pole between India and Bangladesh. The inauguration took place in the presence of High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh Bikram Dorai Swami. 8. PM Sheikh Hasina of Bangladesh has greeted PM Narendra Modi on his 71st birthday by sending him a bouquet of 71 roses on 17 September. World news. As the USA gears up for the forthcoming Quad Summit with the physical presence of all 4 heads of government meeting in Washington DC on 24th September, the Chinese President Xi Jinping has fired the first shot across the bows by refusing a meeting with President Biden. Second, ahead of the Quad Leaders Summit in Washington DC next week to counter China on Thursday, September 16, 2021, Australia, the UK and the US AUKUs have announced a defense and security partnership. Third, the G33 virtual informal ministerial meeting organized by Indonesia was held on 16 September Thursday to discuss the agricultural priority issues of G33 and the way forward for the 12th ministerial conference scheduled to be held from 30th November to 3rd December this year. The informal ministerial meeting was chaired by Indonesian Minister of Trade Muhammad Lutfi. Fourth, in Afghanistan, several rockets fell in one of the districts of the capital, Kabul. Local media reported. Reports said that the incident took place near a power plant in Khair Khana, which is a residential suburb in the northwest of Kabul. Fifth, South Korea has successfully completed an underwater test launch of an indigenous submarine launched ballistic missile SLBM. Sports news. First, former cricket players back Rohit to replace Kohli as India's T20 captain. Opener Rohit Sharma has demonstrated his leadership qualities in the Indian Premier League (IPL) and is an obvious choice to succeed Virat Kohli as India's 2020 captain, according to several former players. Second, India's keeper Virat Kohli's childhood coach Rajkumar Sharma feels the 32-year-old cricketer will be more determined and focused to win the upcoming T20 World Cup. Kohli on Thursday announced that he would step down as the T20 India's keeper of the national side after the T20 World Cup slated to be played in the UAE in October-November this year. Other news: US dollar $1 equal to rupees 73.70, 1 GBP British pound sterling equal to 101.26. Rajasthan Jaipur capital CM Ashok Gehlot, Governor Kalraj Mishra. Gold 47,770 at 10 kg. Silver rupees 68,500 per kilogram. Petrol rupees 108.37. Diesel rupees 97.99 per liter. LPG rupees 889 per 14.2 kilogram. Bombay Stock Exchange BSE Sensex 59,015.89. Nifty 17,585.15. Facts about India. Panchayati Raj is a system of local self-government followed in India. The rural local government is known as the Panchayati Raj. Importance: it helps the people to directly participate in decision making. Second, it helps in the decentralization of power. Third, it reduces the burden of the central government. Balwant Rai Mehta was a parliamentarian when the committee was established. He is credited for pioneering the concept of the Panchayati Raj in India and also known as the father of Panchayati Raj in India. Thought of the day: learn everything that is good from others, but bring it in and in your own way absorb it. Do not become others. जोक ऑफ द डे. फ्रेंड, तुम्हारी वाइफ क्यों हमेशा गुस्सा रहती है? पप्पू, मैंने गलती से उसे बोला था कि तुम गुस्से में बहुत खूब लगती हो. Now why sun appears reddish at sunrise and sunset? The light from the sun travels through Earth's atmosphere. It undergoes scattering before it reaches us. Thus, there is more probability for shorter wavelength light to get more scattered than for the longer wavelength light. Hence, the sun and sunrise and sunset appears reddish orange during sunset and sunrise. Learn Sanskrit. Sarvathar Nuthanam Sastham Sevakanin Purathanam. Always prefer things that are fresh. Old rice and old servant needs to be replaced with new. This means that here what it actually means in respect of servant is change his duties and not to terminate the servant. Old rice and old servant needs to be replaced with new means always you have to prefer things that are fresh. How a spider makes web. Spider has ability to transform liquid silk inside its special glands into solid thread. The spider does this by physically pulling the spider silk through its spinneret silk secreting organs on its abdomen. Once the thread is started, the spider lifts its spinnerets into the breeze. It's the breeze that is the secret to the spider's ability to spin a web from tree to another. Spider silk is very lightweight. Any slight breeze, even convection currents from a patch of ground warming in the sun can carry the thread from tree to tree. Although the thread isn't sticky or gluey, it can still stick to the tree. Most likely it just gets tangled on small protuberances or it adheres due to static electrical forces like balloons sticking on a TV screen. At this point, the spider can use the thread to tightrope walk from one tree to another. Usually the spider is hanging underneath the thread on its journey from tree to tree, and spiders recycle. Some eat their old webs and use the digested silk to produce new ones. The breeze is the key to a spider's ability to spin a web between two trees. GK today: famous books written by Gandhi ji. Hind Swaraj, Satyagraha in South Africa, The Story of My Experiments with Truth, an autobiography, Trusteeship, Truth is God. Born today, Sabna Azmi, born 18 September 1950, is an Indian actress of film, television and theatre, the daughter of poet Kaifi Azmi and stage actress Shaukat Azmi. She is an alumna of Film and Television Institute of India of Pune. Azmi made her film debut in 1974 and soon became one of the leading actresses of parallel cinema. Idioms and phrases: up in arms, being grumpy or angry about something. Vedic Gyan, kindly inform if given information vary from actual fact. In Ramayana, Mandvi is the daughter of King Kusudhwaj and Queen Chandrabhag. She was wife of Bharat, a brother of Ram. She was cousin of Sita. Tach and Puskal are two sons of Mandvi and Bharat. Kusudhwaj married his daughter Mandvi to Bharat and Srutakirti to Satrugna. Healthcare home remedies. Note: these home tips are followed in villages or ancient traditions. It is up to you to use it or not. Castor oil is a multi-purpose vegetable oil that people have used for thousands of years. It's made by extracting oil from the seeds of the Ricinus communis plant. It's commonly used as an additive in foods, medications and skin care products, as well as an industrial lubricant and biodiesel fuel component. Castor oil helps heal wounds by stimulating the growth of new tissue, reducing dryness and preventing the buildup of dead skin cells. Castor oil helps fight inflammation, reduce bacteria and soothe irritated skin. The moisturizing and anti-inflammatory properties of castor oil make it an excellent option to keep hair soft and hydrated and help reduce dandruff symptoms. Note: first try applying a small amount to a tiny patch of skin to see how your body reacts. Note: while castor oil is considered safe in small doses, larger amounts can cause abdominal cramping, nausea, vomiting and diarrhea. Regards, C.H. Naveen Kumar from Subhodaya News. अन्नदानम परम दानम विद्यादानम अतः परम अन्नेन क्षणिका तृप्ति याव जीवनचम विद्या. Providing food to poor and needy person is the best charitable deed, but making people learn by teaching them is the supreme form of charity. Food gives momentary satisfaction, but the knowledge will empower them to lead a satisfactory life. Thank you for watching English News Service.